2024, a year that could very well go down as one of the most important years in British political history. Local elections are due to be held across the country on the 2nd of May, and there was an expectation that the general election would be held at the same time. That was until this morning.
My working assumption is we'll have a general election in the second half of this year, and in the meantime I've got lots that I want to get on with.
While everyone is expecting a battle for power between the Conservatives and Labour, I spoke to Steve Lloyd, the campaign manager for Bristol Green Party, about their hopes for the coming year.
We're certainly very hopeful that we're going to be increasing our number of councillors and that we'll remain the largest party in Bristol. We are campaigning in a number of seats for the general election. We have 4 target seats across the country. That includes holding our seat in Brighton. But one of the seats where we are campaigning to win is here in Bristol, in the seat of Bristol Central. I would hope the general election happens as soon as possible. The Conservatives really don't have any public mandate for anything they're doing now. We're on the 2nd Prime Minister since the one who was actually elected. The policies that they're pushing now have next to nothing to do with the manifesto they were elected on. So we have a fairly illegitimate government at the moment. They don't have a mandate from the public for anything they're doing. The bigger worry for Conservatives is that a lot of the voters that they won in 2019, largely on Brexit, have gone back to voting Labour. And a lot of their core vote, particularly in the south of England, in affluent rural areas, are now people who are prepared to vote Lib Dem. They've become such a toxic brand even to their own supporters that they're losing votes in absolutely every direction at the moment. We also have a Labour Party that is fixated on winning a majority in the Commons, and that's leading them to a strategy where they are trying entirely to appeal to centre-right voters. The sense that everyone is getting on the ground is that the next election is going to be a Labour landslide. So what is important is less who gets in government, because at this stage, unless something major changes, it's a pretty foregone conclusion. What matters is what other voices are in Parliament.
With the Greens remaining hopeful that they can gain seats from Labour at both elections, the people of Bristol told us who they would be voting for.
Oh, I'd absolutely vote Labour.
I'd vote Labour.
Oh, well, Keir Starmer's my MP, so I'll probably vote for him.
I'd vote for Green Party. I'm still undecided.
Labour.
I would not vote for the Conservatives. Anyone else, they're knackered. Get them out of office.
Conservatives. That's what I'm saying as well.
Out, Brexit move.
Probably.
Brexit move. We don't
Maybe
like Brexit.
The Green Party is good for the
We
environment.
like Green Party, but they're not very likely to win.
Labour.
With the Tories 20 points behind in the polls, is it any wonder that Rishi Sunak ruled out a May election this morning? With 2 elections this year, both a local and a national, there is everything to play for. And we could well be leaving 2024 in a very different country that we are in now. Back to you in the studio.